most trusted name in the Columbia Basin, comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
I'm Robbie Johnson. I'm 26 years old.
I'm Valerie Johnson, and I'm 24 years old.
And we are Napa customers. This is my 89 Ford Bronco.
This is my 68 Ford Mustang. She's my baby, and I don't let him drive it.
Nope, she doesn't. At Napa, we buy fluids, brakes, batteries,
oil filters, wipers, brake lights. I buy it all at Napa.
Let's show them the motorcycles. I don't think people are aware of the basics Napa carries for motorcycles. Spark plugs, fluids, batteries.
Napa's the one.
My name's Ron Robertson. I've been a Napa customer for about 40 years. Most of the things that I do are oil and air filter changes. Your engine's going to last a lot longer if you do the maintenance on it. This is my wife's 91 Cougar. This is our 98 Honda, 144,000 miles on it. This is our yard tractor. We've had it about 10, 12 years. I've always had good success with Napa products. They always have the parts that I need. Napa's the one. They got the good stuff.
Napa, get the good stuff.
Calling all Knights fans, Royal City's newest restaurant, Guard Public House, invites you to come on in for great locally sourced, scratch-made food with everything from burgers to pizzas, salads, steaks, and more. Open daily at 11 a.m. for lunch and serving dinner Wednesday through Sunday evenings. Located 1 block south of Harvest Foods. Happy eating!
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the Dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Your day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto. A trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
Get the best and let them do their thing. That's what the Knight football team and Roots full-service salon have in common. Whether you're building up a state championship team or creating a style that your client wants, it takes time, knowledge, and personality. All of our qualified stylists at Roots are committed to making you look and feel your very best. We offer an extensive hair menu, teeth whitening, spray tanning, customized facials, sugaring, waxing, barbering, lash extensions, Botox, filler, and nails. We can do it all. So come in, tell us your vision, and we guarantee you'll go home smelling much better than the Royal Knights football players do.
No one delivers more of the products, technologies, and data-driven insights you need than the agronomic advisors at Simplot Grower Solutions. The Invictus brand, comprised of 3 innovative branded portfolios and exclusively distributed by Simplot Grower Solutions, is optimized to deliver products and solutions that help growers like you achieve their goals on each acre. Start with a strong foundation with Invictus Seed Solutions. Protect your seed investment with Invictus Crop Care products, and drive your yield potential with Invictus Bioscience products. Solidify your investments by reaching out to your Simplot Crop Advisor today. Simplot Grower Solutions, in your fields and by your side.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights. Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
TP Septic has been servicing the Columbia Basin's residential and commercial needs for over 30 years. We're here to pump you out, or service septic tanks, unclog pipes, or drop off a portable toilet. We do it all. Call TP Septic today at 488-2844 or find us online at tpseptic.com. Be sure to also find us on Instagram and Facebook. TP Septic.
We're number one in the number two business.
Subway has so much new, I couldn't fit it all in the last ad.
Yep. So let me finish this. There's new hickory smoked bacon, fresh mozzarella, smashed avocado. You know what? There's a lot. But it all makes a better footlong.
Can I get a word in?
Sure. Take the tagline.
Because you got to refresh to be fresh.
It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway. And they're refreshing everything from how they make it to how they bake it to how they bring it to you.
This new Turkey Cali Fresh is incredible. Do you even eat bread? Steph, it's a commercial.
Royal Premix Concrete is a proud supporter of our Royal Knights. Please give us a call at 509-346-9202. We're happy to help you with all your concrete delivery needs. Business, agricultural, residential, no job is too big or too small. We cover the entire Columbia Basin. Our front discharge trucks save you time, money, and manpower. We're one of the only concrete companies in the area that offer these trucks. Next time you need some concrete delivered to your location, please call us at 509-346-9202. You'll be glad you did. Locally owned and operated, Royal Premix Concrete wishes good luck tonight to all of our athletes.
And tonight's starters for your visiting Royal
Well,
Knights.
I was just about to open my mouth and say one thing we're going to have to figure out tonight. We're literally sitting on top of the field speaker mics.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I don't know how much background noise we're really going to allow or not, but we are down here at Zillah at a refurbished field. If you're familiar with Zillah, you'll notice that we are from the visitor side, facing to the east.
Yeah, the old visitor side is now the home side. New bleacher, new press box, and we're announcing the starting players for the Royal Knights. We're at Andy Collins Memorial Field.
Yeah.
I remember watching Andy Collins play football here back in the day.
We got beat soundly when he was a senior.
I mean, there's things in life that I try to block out.
I know, but he had two other nice big center guard combination. If they needed 5 yards, they got 5 yards.
Now we're listening to the starting lineups for the Zillah Leopards. Number 70 dealt with the flowing locks.
A junior, number 77, Andrew was. A senior, number 44, Braden Flood. A senior, number 12, Ivan Torres.
Braden Flood, they use him kind of like we use Avery Ellis. He's their main
A
running back
senior,
and
number
also
22,
the
Brady
main
Gambon.
linebacker, middle linebacker.
A junior, number 7, John Van Cleve.
Van Cleve will likely play
A senior,
quarterback,
number
number
5,
7 for
Cat
the Leopards.
Raymond.
As Clayson
A
Delp,
senior,
number
number
14,
3,
the
Owen
normal
Adela.
starter. Looks like he was injured in the last week's game
A
against
senior,
Natchez
number
and
2,
possibly out for the
Madden
season.
Garcia. We would like to thank the Yakima Valley Football Officials Association for being here tonight. Back judge Andrew Ball, line judge Jason Ornelius, linesman Tyler Howder, umpire Craig Ward, and referee Brad Kramer.
Okay, Ryan, a little bit of recap. It was actually not last week. It was just on
Yeah, it was
Monday.
Monday night.
The Knights played the Kaibi Bears in Royal, and really, really strong performance by Avery Ellis on both sides of the ball. Finished with 12 carries, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground, and then another 24 yards on 2 catches and a touchdown in the air. So had a great performance. The Knights had a 42-0 lead at the halftime break, finished it off 52-0, and a good performance all around. Good tune-up for this game. Now, depending on who you talk to, the Zillah Leopards are ranked anywhere, depending on ranking services and polls, anywhere between 3 and about 7, or pretty much at least in the top 10, somewhere in that 3, 4, 5 range for the most part is where most of the ranking services have them. And so, you know, this is a marquee matchup. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And so it's a big game for both teams. Even though it's not a league game, it doesn't have really any impact on seeding for playoffs or for the Week 10 matchup. Certainly is a barometer for both teams on where they stand now as the postseason. Both teams expecting to make a run in the postseason, and that postseason just a few weeks away.
Not too far.
Now we're in Week 7 of a 9-week season.
We have the captains out at midfield. For Zillah, we have number 3, Owen Avila. Number 44, we talked about him before, Brandon Flood. And that's Clayson Delp out there in a sling in his left arm. So it's not his throwing. He's right-handed,
He's right-handed, yeah.
And then the other Delp, Zane Delp.
Yeah.
The Royal City Knights won the toss.
Knights win the toss and defer, so they're going to allow the Leopards to have the ball first on offense and have the privilege of receiving the ball in the second half. I think it's Avila. I think they pronounce it Owen Avila.
Okay.
And then number 12 will see action as a running back and such, and that's
Torres.
I was told they pronounce that Yvonne Torres. At halftime, we're going to bring you some scores and updates from around the state in the 1A classification, games of significance. We are playing on a Saturday night, so most games have already played in front of us. So we do know some of those other marquee matchups.
Deep will be Avila. I'm going to want to say Avila. I'm going to tell you all night I'm going to want to say Avila, but Avila and number... That's number 80 out there deep. That's it says Nakia John.
Nakia John, that's right.
Okay.
Nakia John.
I wanted to flip it, but his last name John. Angel Vega set to do the kicking duties for the Knights. Uh-oh. And this SEAC match is underway with a high driving kick down near the goal line. He foot slips back in the goal line. I'm surprised he let him run it out. As John gets outside the 20 near the 23-yard line. So a pretty good return considering that he slipped to start his return efforts.
Yeah, Eric Myrick gets up from the bottom of that pile, and as well, Angel Vega, the kicker for the Knights, got down there and got in on that tackle to help make sure he brought him to the ground. So it's going to be 24-yard line, first down and 10 for the Leopards. Now the Leopards are, they may change things up here against the Knights, but so far this season, They've been primarily leaning on their running attack, and Braden Flood, number 44, is their workhorse. About a 70% run, 30% pass team on average.
Van Cleve, the quarterback, with Flood immediately behind him, to have that wing back on the right side. So you have to keep your eyes on that as we have motion from right to left. Van Cleve is going to give to Flood right off the bat. He's met right away by Dylan Allred down on low for a maybe no gain, but it could be a short loss. It looks like they're going to mark it for a no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Looked like he got hit in the backfield. I think it's
Yeah, it looked deep. It looked like it was a yard or two deep.
Yeah.
But that wingman will go out in the slot. Give again to Flood, and he's met. Oh, wow. That's Manny Sandoval just driving him back.
Yeah, Manny got off his block quick. He's got a he's playing the left defensive end position, or left tackle, and he's got a man in front of him that is much, much larger than him. Number 78, Brady Purdy, listed at 6'6", 350 pounds, but able to get in the backfield there and cause some trouble.
Went by him in a blur for a 2-yard loss, 3rd down and 12. Play will change.
The Leopards do this. They try to get the defense to jump. Occasionally they have all the offensive linemen stand up and look to the sideline.
Van Cleve rolls to his left, throws it up high, and stepped in front. Great interception by Gunnar Anderson. Just sheer will, wanting that ball more than the receiver. Steps in front of number 9, Waldman, and makes the interception early in this game. The Knights making a statement
one of their
right off the
primary
way.
receivers for sure. And Gunnar had good coverage, and then did a great job stepping in front of that pass at the last second, high pointing that ball, bringing it down. It's going to be Knights now take over.
Knights will send 3 receivers wide to the left. Bergeson by himself in that shotgun position as we have motion across the backfield, and they will give to Avery. Gets outside of that first man, and we have a flag down. They spread that out, and Flood does bring down Avery for a short loss, but there's going to be a bigger loss on the hold on the Knights.
Yeah, Flood is a quality linebacker. Aha, I just arranged a fill-in for our halftime interview.
Nice.
Matt Evans of Evans Ranking was going to join us, but he wasn't able to make it. Now Micah Chin of Cascadia Preps is going to step in.
Nice. So instead of a 3-yard loss, it will remain 1st down.
But it'll be 1st down in about 22.
Yeah.
23. 24. Do I hear 25?
Here we go. Ball all the way back to the 46-yard line of the Leopards. Ferguson looks to throw, lets it go on this right side, has a man open, and actually good defense played. Pass intended for Luke Ferguson, number 3 of Avila. Kind of was able to come over the top and knock that ball down.
Yeah, I couldn't see from our angle. Obviously, we had their backs to us, and I couldn't tell if there's any early contact, but he did do a good job of keeping his backhand off of Luke to defend that pass. And maybe thrown a hair late.
Yeah, just a little late.
As it gave the
if it were
defensive
out
back
a little bit further.
Time to close.
Fake to Avery, rolls out to his left, lets the pass go, gets hits right when he throws it, but a good on target, but just off the hands of Jace Allred. And Derek held in there and got hit right as he threw it, and just couldn't quite grasp it down near the 10-yard line. That'd have been a great play if he had pulled that off.
Yeah, to bring up 3rd down and still 23 yards for the Knights. After a couple deep passes, curious to see if the Knights continue to try to strike deep here, or if they try to do something underneath, maybe a crossing pattern, try to get the ball in somebody's hands and see if they can make something happen in open space, try to pick up a good chunk of this remaining yardage.
If they can get back 10 or 12, they might very well go for it on 4th down. 3 receivers near side to the right. Ferguson will throw it on that right side. And, whoa, just off the hands, but it gets knocked in the air. Number 5, that's Avila, who ends up getting the ball across midfield into Knight territory and brought down by Denton Jenks right. And, boy, that was just a fortune of the way the ball bounced, as that ball came up off the hands of Eric Myrick
Yeah, intended for Myrick. Tip ball and just right into Avila's hands. And
That's
really
2 passes that were
capitalizes.
really on target that these receivers need to squeeze, and especially in a tough game like this. You can't let opportunities like this go by.
Yeah, especially early on here. You want to seize momentum. You want to play your best, and instead the Leopards have the ball inside Knight territory. Van Cleve going to be in shotgun with Flood behind him. Again, trying to get the Knights to jump off sides. Knights do a good job holding their water.
Van Cleve lets it go on this left side, high in the air. Eric, and boy, did he make that catch. What a great catch by number 9, Waldman. The pass was intended that got intercepted was to Waldman on this last time. This time he was able to go to the high spot and get that completion all the way down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Yeah. 22 yards.
Give to Flood on that right side. Popped outside, turned back in. The linebackers are right there. So a good stretch by the defensive end, and Dylan Allred able to come up and make the stop for a loss.
Dylan and Derek both in on that. And, yeah, you're right. That play was made by the defensive edge, being able to hold that edge and force Flood to look back inside.
And a quick note, there is
2-yard
a car
loss.
parked across the street that is on and running with no one in the vehicle. It is a white vehicle with license plate BSC 2538.
2 receivers to the short side of the field to the right. Looks like we'll see this a lot tonight.
See it till it works, I guess.
Van Cleve,
Holds
play
the
action.
ball
He
out.
still has it and brought down. He gets a couple back, but not to the original line of scrimmage. It's still going to be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Denton Jinks underneath, and then Derek Bergeson over the top to join on that tackle. Going to be just a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 11. I imagine this is 4-down territory right here for the Leopards.
Van Cleve will roll to his left. Lets it go. It's caught, and he's brought down immediately right at the 10-yard line. Good for about 5-6 yards. And that will bring up a 4th down and about 6.
Takes us to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, 5-yard gain. Leopards not hesitating at all here. They're going to go for it. They can get a 1st down inside about the 4-yard line. Van Cleve's going to keep the ball. He's going to get
Eddie Jimenez starts
loss.
with him, and Elijah Jenks finishes him off. They will turn the ball run down to the Knights.
He's
So
going
the
to get
Knights
back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be no gain, but it'll be a turnover on downs. But Knights will have much worse field position than they had the first time around. They'll have to cover about 90 yards here.
Car with license plate BSC 2538.
We're showing strong signal and no, 0 drop frame, so we think we're coming through loud and clear. 7 minutes, 32 seconds still in the first quarter. The Knights with their 2nd offensive possession.
give to Avery following his blockers. Steps outside, would-be tacklers. He's still on his feet, pushes him down
Got the edge.
out to the 30, and he gets driven out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. So 20-yard run. Is that right?
He was at the 10, and they're going to spot it at the 30?
That's
Yep.
pretty good math.
You are,
First down,
yeah.
number 10, Justin Hendren.
If he can just stay at crisp yard lines for you, it'll be all
That'll
right.
really help. On this field, it's hard to tell. There's not yard
Yeah.
markers, and you
Yeah,
don't
there's
have
not
the
painted numbers on the field, right? So good start for Avery. That's his, well, I guess technically his first carry. There was a penalty on the first time he touched the ball.
Derek kept it on the play action, and it was read well by the linebacker,
Right at the
Flood.
line by a swarming Leopard defense.
He's probably going to pick up
Brings
just
up
1
second
yard.
down.
1 yard gain on the quarterback design keep. Ellis remains in the backfield with Bergeson. Lets it go down that left side. He has his brother, gets his hands on it. They're not going to catch him. Down to the 10-5 touchdown, and then a flag is thrown at the last second. I'd really like to know what it is.
You know, I've been posting about this. In the guidebook, it says if there's a penalty like a hold that's not a personal foul and it's that far away from the play, then there should not be a penalty called.
He just gave a sideline warning. He waved to the side. So the touchdown's going to stand, and it's a sideline warning for Zillah.
Touchdown, Royal City.
It's a 70-yard touchdown on the first completion of the game for Derek.
Derek's been on. A lot of times these games he starts with the ball getting overthrown a little too much juice. And tonight he's been on and with a few drops in that first series and right on target to his brother.
That was a fingertip catch by Luke. An excellent catch. A little bit of a high snap. Dylan Allred does a good job pulling it down.
Extra point is good. With just 6:18 left to go in the first quarter, Knights first to score. 7-0 leading the Zillah Leopards. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Don't forget to support the senior class with their 50-50 raffle. Flag them down to get your 50-50 raffle tickets tonight to help support the senior class.
Well, good for the Knights to get the first score on the board after a good defensive stand by the defense with the Zillah Leopards after the interception, having a short field. The Knights doing a good job on fourth down, holding the line and having a turnover on downs. And then just a few plays later, the Knights scoring a 70-yard touchdown pass from Derek Bergeson to Luke Bergeson. Kickoff down to about the 7-yard line.
Takes it up this near side. Gets hit by Eric Spark by
Eric.
That's an old name.
From the past.
Eric Myrick.
Wow, that's going way back.
How many years is that?
It's about. I think he's about.
There's Kyle
Dexter's age.
I
think he's about Dexter's age. Yeah.
The ball placed at about the 18-yard line for the Zillah Leopards. I think the furthest we go back, though, is Derek Allred. That goes back quite a ways every time we call Dylan Derek.
Oh, when we call Dylan Derek. Yeah,
Three receivers out wide to the right for the Leopards.
Flood shifts to the right of Van Cleve.
Tries to throw it out to Flood. Steps inside would-be tackler, and Dylan Allred was right there as Derek forced him in. Dylan right there to finish it off.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. It takes a few guys to push him back and control him. And actually, I'm surprised they didn't blow that whistle for stopping his forward progress, because that's sometimes how you get a guy hurt when he's getting stacked up and the defense there's no whistle. They got to keep coming to make sure they stop him.
No gain for Zillah on that play. Second down and 10.
Was that a pass play? Yeah.
Yep. It's a little swing pass out. Eddie hasn't even got into a stance yet.
He's not even gotten into a stance yet.
Now he's ready.
The Leopards with the check with me offensive system here.
Van Cleve throws it on this far side. It's up high, and it's got caught by Eric Myrick and wrestled down at the 40-yard line. So the second interception of this game, one by Gunnar Anderson and one by Eric Myrick.
Intended for Ashton Waldman, the intended receiver.
Both times. And Waldman in frustration
similar pattern
flipped him right over the top, making sure
well,
he's
he
to the ground.
Well, he did a good job making sure there was no return yardage for sure.
So the Knights have a short field from the Zillah Leopard 40-yard line near hash. We'll send Luke way up top, three receivers to the left. Elijah Jenks isolated down here on the bottom. They'll throw it inside. Oh, on that inside screen. And just off the hands of Gunnar Anderson, incomplete.
Yeah, he catches him on the defensive side, and he drops one on the offensive side. And that play was you probably set up for a decent gain and a well-thrown ball, so he'll correct that. And bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball near the right hash for the Knights. 2 receivers wide left. Luke Bergeson isolated over here on the right.
Give to Avery on that left side. Turns the horses on. He's going to get forward for about 7 or 8 yards. Derek couldn't decide whether he wanted to run out there and try to lead block or not as he handed that off.
Or just be in a good position to observe.
Yeah. 3rd down and short for the Knights on the 32-yard line, 33-yard line.
Empty backfield for the Knights.
Steps under the center. He's going to follow his blockers to get that 1st down.
Yeah, he only needed 3. It looks like he's going to, or 2. It looks like he's maybe going to get 4 or 5 from where they spotted it.
The side judge has it marked all the way out to the 27, so that's 5-yard.
Both of the side judges are in agreement there. It's a 5-yard gain on that sneak. Empty backfield, just trying to get the defense spread out and depend on running behind his 3 big linemen.
Bergeson throws on that inside screen, just the other side, catches it this time, steps inside would-be tacklers, gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line, near 1st yard carry. First down yardage, I should say.
Are they going to call
it
first down?
We're going to see that the chain people are trying to decide if it is. Now they do.
The official just waved them across.
Right at 10-yard gain, 1st and 10. Yeah, the same play that Gunnar just didn't get his hands on the last time.
Yeah, opposite. It was the mirror image. That time a 1st down.
Ferguson gives to Avery, and he gets hit well, and that shows you what a sturdy man, number 44, Braden Flood.
Still be a 1-yard gain. Really what happened there is first guy came through and kind of pawed at the ball, and Avery was trying to secure the ball and had his attention there instead of downfield, and Flood came in and really laid the wood.
1-yard gain, 2nd down.
2nd down and 9.
Knights continue to spread the field. Play action to Avery. Derek steps up, ultimately sacked by Delp
and number 70, Zane Delp.
Also 88 in on the action, Nunez.
Going to be a loss of about 4 yards. As
brings up 3rd and long.
The Leopards bring in the pressure successfully there against the Knights.
Double tight. Oh, no, it's not double tight. Tight on the left side. Ferguson will sprint to his left side. Lets that ball go. Wow, was that caught? They're running down like it was.
They're going to call it a catch.
By Luke Ferguson. What a catch.
Yeah, from the 21. We'll see where they spot it.
Great catch.
Luke's 2nd catch of the game. Also spectacular.
Ball goes
from the
Royal.
21 down to the 6, so a 15-yard gain.
1st and goal from about the 6-yard line. Quick throw on that play, this time to Luke. Steps in and out, and he'll sashay right over the goal line. Just kind of moves his hips to the left.
Already 3 catches, 91 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Luke Bergeson.
Certainly trying to get back on that tire performer of the game list.
So coveted. So coveted.
It is.
Yeah, we don't even give him a candy bar, do we?
Extra point up and signal good. 2:19 left to go in the 1st quarter. Knights lead 14-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the nights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Subway has so much new it didn't fit in our last ad, like this new and improved steak and cheese. Loaded with our new tender steak that's marinated and thicker sliced on our new artisan Italian bread. Man, you covered up the foot long. The Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway.
Always like to hear Charles Barkley's voice.
Sure. Did you see that video of Jack wrestling in the wrestling rink? You need to look it up.
No. I just like to hear him
pretty
say.
classic.
I just like him to hear him
Terrible.
say terrible.
That's terrible. Okay, high kick,
bit
but
shorter.
Down about the 20-yard line. Taken by John and brought down by Race Eilers.
Race Eilers tackles unconventionally sometimes, and
Nakia John on the return brings it out to about the
brought John
26-yard
down
line.
like he was steer wrestling there.
First down, Leopards.
A short kick, but not a big return. As Race Eilers down there in a hurry, he's been a real solid player on special teams all season long.
Ball placed at the 27-yard line for the Leopards.
Couple interceptions thrown by Van Cleve for the Leopards.
They haven't had a tremendous amount of success on the ground either, but they had that one long pass. They gave it a shot, give to Flood, and it just goes into a massive humanity.
Flood powers his way forward for about 3.
Jenks there, Avery.
Second down.
And looks like probably Manny over on that side.
Yeah, that's
3-yard gain, second down and 7.
That's where Manny lives, over on that left side. And Cleve puts Flood to his left.
Keeps it.
Keep it. Chased down
Avery
to the
got
backside
it.
by Avery Ellis. There will be another short gain, but
Van Cleve
Ellis
on the
coming
keeper.
along that
Another
backside
3.
untouched and is able to keep his momentum going, circle around, and pull Van Cleve down from behind. It's going to be a gain of about 2.
Their defensive end, Nunez, tweaked something, immediately hobbled off the field. Replaced by Ruggles. I shouldn't say defensive end.
I didn't correct you.
Yeah.
I just.
He plays defensive end. That's why I was.
Huh. Cleve gets
wow.
the Flood. That was Flood on a. It was like a
pitch
little bit
inside.
of a delayed play, and there was no delay to Avery Ellis as he gets back in the backfield in a hurry.
That brings up 4th down.
2-yard loss for Flood, and tackle for loss for Avery Ellis coming off that left edge. 4th down and about 7 here now for the Leopards. Going to bring the punt team in, it looks like. Is that a 42 back there? 42.
Espinosa.
Jorge Espinosa set the punt. Luke Bergeson back on about his own 35-yard line.
It's a low driving kick that will not be returnable. Gets across midfield.
And then just bounces sideways.
Kind of goes totally sideways.
Yeah.
Marked at the 46-yard line of the Knights with just 3 seconds left to
Number
go in the
42,
first quarter.
Espinosa's punt.
Knights will
Takes
have
it to the
one
Royal
play
side of
left
the
in the
field,
first
where
quarter.
Royal will take over 1st and 10.
Well, I spent my whole afternoon reffing grid kid games down on the field. It's nice to be up here without any parents or coaches questioning my existence.
Zillah trying to get organized here as the Knights on the line. 3 receivers inside to the near side here. Ferguson does throw it, and it goes at the feet of Avery Ellis, and it was covered well By number 22 for Zillah, Dameron. And the first quarter will end with the Knights leading 14-0, and we will flip sides and be back in a minute. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
All growers know that water is not only a key to life, but also a key to their success. The age-old question must always be answered: when to water and how much? Fortunately, the team at Principal Ag makes it easier to answer those questions correctly than ever before. Did you know that good soil water management also improves nutrient uptake and crop storability? Let them provide you with the data and tools that you need to make effective decisions in managing your resources and optimizing your production. They can help you monitor and measure your soil moisture, environmental variables, plant water use, and more with a suite of sensors and imaging tools that deliver actionable data wherever you are. The best part is that when you call, they answer. With unparalleled service, Jens, Mike, and the rest of the team are ready to meet with you in the office or in the field to provide training, insight, and experience. Your success is their mission. Visit them at principalag.com or give them a call at 509-731-4625.
Okay, we're back to start the second quarter here. We're going to turn around. The Knights now will be going from our right to left. One of the renovations here, they didn't do anything with the turf itself, but one of the renovations besides the new bleacher is they moved the scoreboard. So it's centered on the 50-yard line across the way, since both sets of fans sit on the same side. Makes it easy and visible.
Yeah. Ferguson play action will roll out to his right. Lets it go on the right side. And his brother's right there, and they're going to say no catch this time.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe he was already down to the ground when he made the catch.
It doesn't matter. You can be laying on the ground when you catch the ball.
If you're out of bounds?
Oh, I guess if you're out of bounds, maybe not.
He was right there on that far sideline. Regardless,
don't forget that
determined incomplete.
Our ASB concession stand is right
3rd down and 10.
Here.
Completion percentage right now for Derek isn't great, but the passes he's completed have been stellar.
He's been on target. He's been on target tonight for the most part.
There's been a couple drops for sure. He'll set his feet again, throw that out pass. This time,
perfect pattern, 11-yard gain, 1st down.
He reached the ball out. They're not going to give him much credit for it, but still gets the 11-yard gain. Puts him over 100 yards receiving already here, barely into the second quarter. 4 catches for 102 yards for Luke Bergeson. Moves the ball into Zillah territory, right hash, 43-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Knights.
Give to Avery, trying to follow his blockers, finally turns upfield and brought down. Maybe a yard gain.
Short gain, and it just, I think the hole he expected to hit wasn't there, and a little hesitation trying to figure out where to go next.
Really no gain, 2nd down and 10. Kind of came down funny, so I'm glad he just popped back up because he was swept down from the side, and you always want to make sure these kids, you don't want to see anyone get hurt. I really don't want to see Avery get hurt.
2nd down and 10 for the Knights. The only difference, ball moved to the left hash this time.
Ferguson again set to throw, and he'll tuck the ball and take a run right up into the linebackers across the 30, about a, what's that, a 14-yard run inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
It'll technically be
the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Now, I'm not sure if he designed that or if it was just open.
Well, he may have been reading the linebackers there to see if they vacated on that sequence. Whatever it was, he certainly took advantage of the middle of the field to pick up 13 yards and the 1st down for the Knights.
Rolls to his right.
Plenty
Good
of time.
protection. Down deep, wide open, and just a little bit short. Wow, did he catch that?
They are going
Let's go see what they say.
They're calling it a
catch.
catch
Out here. They're saying he touched
both
it.
Of them are
both of them are
agreeing,
signaling
officials.
it. Boy.
3rd touchdown catch for Luke Bergeson already. That was from 29 yards out.
I want to roll this back and see if I can see it.
31 yards receiving.
That was a great catch.
Tipped ball.
Tipped ball.
Avila is the one, I think the defender that tipped it And Luke didn't lose his focus. Snap is down and good. Kick is up.
And signal good. And to me, I just watched that. I rolled it back on the replay, and it sure looks like he got his hands underneath
Good.
it. And they both called it touchdown. Knights lead 21-0 with 10-11 left to go in the first half. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
My name is Chris Culbertson. I own Colby's Greenhouse. We grow 3 to 4 million plants a year. We put 1 million miles a year on our rigs. We service a dozen farm vehicles. I've been a good Napa customer. This is the first business truck that I ever bought, so it's had a lot of Napa parts. One thing I like about my local Napa store, I just call them up and say, hey, they know who I am. I would recommend that anyone shop at Napa. Great prices, great availability, excellent warranty. Napa's the one for us.
Napa, get the good stuff.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Early here in the second quarter, the Knights jump out to a 3-touchdown lead. Angel Vega gets the ball from the official, sets it on the tee. Ready to put the ball back in the hands of the Zillah Leopards.
A little bit shorter, taking about the 15-yard line, right up that far side and driven down by...
Yeah, let's give some credit whoever got that tackle. That was well done.
Might have been Eric Myrick.
Yeah, 24. Eric Myrick down there in a hurry. So very little. He caught her about the 15 and barely got outside the 20, about the 22-yard line.
23-yard line, yeah.
Where they'll start this drive. Leopards really haven't been able to get much going. They had really good field position after a good interception return, but weren't able to pay that off either. So offensively, there's been a pass completion here and there. A 22-yarder was the main one to Waldman. But beyond that, haven't gotten a lot going yet. Van Cleve under center. He's going to roll to his right.
Tries to step up. Ooh, tries to divide. The ball comes out, and Zillah is going to jump on it. The way he flung around there, I almost wondered if he had a hold of his face mask, but he must have just had the front of his
I think he had
his shoulder pads. But one of the most positive yards of the game is they get about a 6-yard gain on that with the fumble recovery. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Eddie Jimenez, nice job reacting there from his right side, holding his ground as Van Cleve tried to come back across and keep the ball. He was right there to meet him.
Give to Flood. Goes into that middle part of the line. Everybody's there.
I want to give a lot of credit. He didn't make the tackle, but Denton Jinks at nose guard holding the point right there.
Everybody.
And, there's a lot of size down there. And he's doing a great job. He did a great job last week. We named him the DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game. And he's done a great job. I think he's gotten more confident and stronger as the season's gone on, and really doing a good job holding the point there at that nose guard position, allowing those linebackers to have free run to the play.
Ball's on the ground. And Van Cleve's going to get to it just before Caleb Hernandez.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss on
Big
the
drop.
play.
Fumble on the play is recovered by Van Cleve. Brings up 4th down.
Punt team out onto the field. Luke Bergeson back deep for the Knights. There hasn't been a returnable punt yet. Let's see what we get, or if they do, if they're actually keeping it down on purpose.
Luke's going to set up at about his own 45-yard line here. Pressure's coming.
Pressure comes, and they get into him, and they're going to say, no, he got blocked into him. The referee is holding his hand out saying, nope, doesn't matter.
The only result is that Caleb Hernandez's helmet came off, so he's going to have to sit out a play.
Yeah, that's a good no call. You don't always get that.
Yeah,
from the back judge.
You're right. There's not a lot of discretion exercise sometimes.
Caleb split the defenders, and the defenders turned around and basically blocked him right into the punter, and they went.
Yeah, and it's that's obviously not the punter's not happy about any of that.
Exactly.
But it's not an infraction by the Knights. Knights will be just barely on their own side of the field at the 48-yard line to start this drive. Still relatively early in the second quarter.
The give to Avery pops out to this outside, and he'll get driven out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. It looks to be about the 48, 47, 4 or 5-yard gain for Avery Ellis.
Could it be about?
Forcing him out at the sideline.
5.
We're going to give him 5.
Number 2.
Second down and 5.
5 carries for 35 yards. Opened up with a nice 20-yard run. It's been a little bit tougher sledding since then, but still averaging 7 yards per carry. Moves the ball into Zillah territory.
Motion by Bergeson right to left. And they'll throw high to Gunnar Anderson. Great
grab.
Snag. Went up high, got that out of the air, and brings it down to the 31-yard line. So it was what, about the 47? Yeah.
Receiver brought down by number 10, Dustin Hendren.
17-yard gain. That's 2 catches for 27 yards for Gunnar.
Yeah, great.
And that was just a high-velocity throw, and he just snagged that out of the air. Ball moves down to the 31-yard line of the Leopards.
Play action down the middle.
Are you kidding
right there
me?
On the money.
Are you kidding
Our
me?
Performance Tire Performer of the Game, I'm going to name it right now, Luke Bergeson. He's going to go for over 150 now, isn't it?
6 catches, 162 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Now it takes Brother Derek to get him the ball, too.
Yeah.
And Derek has really been on tonight. He really has done a good job. He really has been really accurate tonight. And like we said, maybe the percentage,
the completion
percentage might not be what he really wants it to be, but Derek has been on target as the extra point is up and good. 6:44 left to go in the first half. Knights extend their lead 28-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
TP Septic has been servicing the Columbia Basin's residential and commercial needs for over 30 years. We're here to pump you out. Or service septic tanks, unclog pipes, or drop off a portable toilet. We do it all. Call TP Septic today at 488-2844 or find us online at tpseptic.com. Be sure to also find us on Instagram and Facebook. TP Septic.
We're number 1 in the number 2 business.
I'm tempted to say
what?
Luke Bergeson 28, Zillah Leopards 0. As Luke from Brother Derek receiving those passes, but they...
Yeah, but the truth is he's also getting behind the defense.
Yeah.
And they know what he's trying to do.
What he can do. So if there was any secret about Luke, which there isn't, it's out now.
He had some great games in the spring, and he's got a great game going tonight.
Down to the 5. That's John again. And steps inside Ray Eilers, but gets cut down inside the 20.
Yeah, he definitely got slowed down by Race. And only picks up another 2 yards or so.
I think that was Andon Delfaux who got the benefit of the Ray Eilers streaking past the returner. What's a streak? And it's ironic that I would say that here on this field. This is the one place that I've ever seen a true streaker in my life. So, if you remember, years and years ago, halftime homecoming.
Oh.
The entertainment was a little extracurricular entertainment.
There was a well-placed sock.
And that was the early days of what do you say, MTV and TikTok and that sort of stuff. It wasn't for that. It was.
Would have been more viral.
It would have been more viral if it was in today's world. They're going to give to Flood. Caleb does a great job turning him in, and Derek does a super job of bringing him down. So
yeah, Caleb made the play. Derek made the tackle. Flood's 7th carry for a loss of 1. He's got 7 carries for a total of -6 yards.
Flood is a quality football player, too.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, absolutely. So the Knights holding their running game in check.
He'll be up for offensive MVP in the SCAC West and defensive MVP.
Play action.
Intercepted.
Caleb does get it. He knocks it up in the air. He's still on his feet. He gets brought down. He flipped it off to Derek. Wow, I didn't even see that. What a good job.
He didn't flip it off. It flipped up.
Did it flip up? I thought he had his hands on it and he flipped it back.
No, it was wow.
But that was a collaborative effort there. by Caleb's the one that knocked it up originally. Then he got his hands back on it. Then he got knocked down as the ball flipped back up again in the air.
Yeah, it was definitely Caleb Hernandez from his outside linebacker position that made that play, got his hand up, batted the ball, and kind of had the interception, and then it kind of bounced loose and right to Derek. Derek, I think from about 17 yards out. You have to pay attention on that replay that you're going to watch there.
Well, I can't get it to line up very good right now. Is the extra point nice and high and good. 5:49 left to go in this first half. Knights extend their lead to 35-0. This is a little unexpected. And for me, this early, this fast, and the Knights establishing their dominance early. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
No one delivers more of the products, technologies, and data-driven insights you need than the agronomic advisors at Simplot Grower Solutions. The Invictus brand, comprised of 3 innovative branded portfolios and exclusively distributed by Simplot Grower Solutions, is optimized to deliver products and solutions that help growers like you. Solidify your investments by reaching out to your Simplot crop advisor today. Simplot Grower Solutions. In your fields and by your side.
Knights kicking team back on the field again. About halfway through the second quarter. Knights have jumped out to a 5-touchdown lead. That one, a defensive touchdown. It's the second interception for Derek Bergeson on the season, and he's returned both of them for touchdowns. Both of them about that 15, 17-yard range. Being able to pull them, run them back into the end zone.
Again, John, the returner, and he is wrestled down about the 20-yard line. Yeah, and Derek on that one, that needs to, get a candy bar or something to Caleb.
Caleb gifted him an interception return for a touchdown. So Leopards will set up shop on their own 20-yard line. And Cleve will have Flood behind him. Pistol formation.
As he steps up to his left. Going to keep it. And gets slowed up by Manny Sandoval.
Now Sandoval almost got a hold of him 3 yards deep and pulled him down, but he certainly slowed him down. Avery Ellis and a couple other Knights get up off the bottom of the pile there. Caleb Hernandez getting up from the bottom of the pile. It's going to technically be a gain of about just a yard. Six carries for Van Cleve for 3 yards total.
Again, he keeps. The hole collapses quickly. Derek Bergeson in the middle there, but the two sides, Dylan, Caleb.
Again. The offensive line creates a big hole for Van Cleve to run through. Brings up 3rd down.
About a 2-yard gain, 3rd down and 7.
3rd down and 7. Clearly a passing down. But at this point, I'm curious to see what the Leopards do as part of what they want to do really is keep the ball and keep the clock running as well. Thrown 3 interceptions already.
Play action, throws it up there and brought down. Looks almost, well, he will get a couple yards.
He'll get about a 1 yard, maybe a 2 yard gain.
It's out to the 25-yard line, but it will bring up 4th down and 5. If you're just tuning in and wondering how this score happens, Bergeson brothers combining for 4 touchdowns, Luke reception, and then interception returned by Derek for another touchdown. So Bergeson twins accounting for.
Well, Luke's got 6 catches for 162 yards and 4 touchdowns. And we still have over 3 minutes left in the first half.
Knights look like they want to bring pressure, and they're going to call a timeout. Zillah has a timeout. We'll take one too. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Get the best and let them do their thing. That's what the Knight football team and Roots Full Service Salon have in common. Whether you're building up a state championship team or creating a style that your client wants, it takes time, knowledge, and personality. All of our qualified stylists at Roots are committed to making you look and feel your best.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
Calling all Knights fans, Royal City's newest restaurant, Guard Public House, invites you to come on in for great locally sourced, scratch-made food with everything from burgers to pizzas, salads, steaks, and more. Open daily at 11 a.m. for lunch and serving dinner Wednesday through Sunday evenings. Located 1 block south of Harvest Foods. Happy eating!
Both teams back out on the field after the timeout. 3:40 left to go in the first half.
4th down and 5. Leopards in punt formation. High snap brought down. Punt's not going to be returnable, as it's going to bounce dead inside the 45-yard line, about the 44-yard line of the Knights. That's where they'll take over here with 3.5 minutes left till a halftime break. Seeing if they can possibly get to the running clock here before halftime. Derek Bergeson gets the play call from Coach Allred. Makes his way out to the huddle. We want to thank the Zillah Leopards, the Zillah School District, and the athletic director for allowing us to bring you this broadcast.
Tight cluster on the right side, and the whistle.
We got delay a game. We may have a delay.
The back judge threw it. So.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
Delay of game. Offense.
Yeah, I mean, what did we decide? This is our 16th or 17th year of doing this broadcast. I guess it would be. This would be our 16th year. And really, where we originally started getting our information from was Doug Davis here at Zillah Leopard Sports.
Yeah, a bit of a pioneer in high school sports broadcasting. Doug Davis for the Zillah Leopards. Zillah Broadcasting.
And the play action, Derek still has it on that far side. Rolls, completed to Avery.
Yeah, finds
all
the
that, and he's going to get forward for about 7 or 8 yards. Whole lot of left, right, back and forward.
There was a 5-yard penalty, so
there
he's
was.
Get
yeah, out across midfield into Zillah territory to their 48-yard line. Actually, second down and about 3. We'll call it the 49-yard line.
Avery's first catch out of the backfield. Picks up 12 yards. Much more manageable down and distance. Just over midfield are the Knights. And, we're glad we do all this work to come out here and set everything up. And we're glad we have viewers. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get a notification when there's upcoming events.
Give to Ellis up the middle. Bowls his way through all the way near the 30-yard line. Mark him about the 33.
He was at the 48, and they're going to go to the 33. That's a 15-yard gain. 6 carries for 50 yards. And just a simple run right up the middle. Got to give credit to the offensive line there for blocking that. Another give.
And met by
Delp.
That's going to be Zane Delp, number 70. No gain. So defended much better that time by the Leopards, Delp specifically. Up front on the defensive line.
He was on that
inside tackle.
Slant to the short side of the field.
A minute 53 left in the second quarter. The Knights are going to call a timeout.
Royal.
We'll take a timeout too. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Royal Premix Concrete is a proud supporter of our Royal Knights, and we're happy to help you with all your concrete delivery needs. Business, agricultural, residential, no job is too big or too small. So please give us a call at 509-346-9202.
Little shadow help over here on Luke Bergeson out wide to the left by himself in the offensive formation. They're going to look across the middle
Avery
instead.
wide
Avery
open,
Ellis,
caught at the 10, all the way in. Touchdown, Avery Ellis.
32 yards out. That's the 5th touchdown throw
for
Derek Bergeson here all in the first half.
That's a tough cover at full speed through the middle down the field. Linebacker turned, it was just over with.
2 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown for Avery Ellis to go with his 7 carries for 50 yards on the ground.
Playbook kind of opened up here tonight a little bit. Some of these plays I haven't necessarily seen.
There's some plays you don't want to show until you want to use them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The playbook opened up.
Angel Vega with the extra point.
Good. Minute 45 left to go in the first half. Knights extend their lead over the Zillah Leopards by a score of 42-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
At Napa Auto Parts, we know that trucks are as varied as their owners. From small imports and full-size pickups to vans large and small, even bigger rigs. If you own a truck, Napa has more of what you need than anybody. So no matter what truck you drive, we've got the part or accessory for you. Well, almost every truck. At Napa Auto Parts, you'll find the largest selection of different parts and accessories available anywhere, and the most knowledgeable people in the business. Great products, great prices, and great people. That's Napa.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Raffle, I see the Carlsons down there.
So Luke came into the game with 7 receiving touchdowns on the season, and he's nearly doubled that, up to 11 now. Avery Ellis, I think that's his first receiving touchdown of the season.
High driving kick. Take it down near the 6 or 7. Looking to not get tripped up, but does immediately by.
That looked like Eric Myrick again.
Yep.
We need to do a special teams player of the. Somebody needs to sponsor the special teams player of the game. Yeah, it was Eric again. He's been on 3 or 4 of them. Between him and Race, they've made most all of them.
It's Leopards, 1st and 10.
Leopards have the ball from their own 18-yard line. First down and 10. 1:38 seconds left until the halftime break. Trying to find some rhythm here.
three receivers outside, wide to the left up top of your screen. Tries to fling it out to Flood, and I'm not so sure that wasn't a lateral, but they call it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, for the Knights in the backfield, number 66, Manny Sandoval, basically gave Van Cleve no time at all to be able to set his feet and try to make a throw. Oh, and Avila for the Leopards coming over to the sideline talking to the coaching staff about what they want to run here. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Two receivers right, two to the left. Van Cleve with Flood behind him.
Give to him on the left side.
He's going to fight for what he can, but he's going to get stacked up after a gain of 1 or 2.
Right at the 20-yard line, they'll mark it.
Flood pushes forward for a gain of 2.
2-yard gain, 3rd down and 8.
According to my numbers, that puts the Leopards into the positive column rushing by 1 yard. 15 carries for a total of 1 yard positive gain. Van Cleve and Flood, the only two to have rushing attempts for the Leopards. The Leopards here just really want to use this clock after running play. They're going to use this clock. They're eventually going to call timeout right before the play clock goes out.
Zillah.
So they're going to take quick timeout. So will we. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at CascadiaPreps.com.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
Your day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto, a trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
Van Cleve keeps it and immediately regrets it.
Avery Ellis bring him down for a loss.
Big loss.
Knights might call timeout here. Stop this clock on 4th down.
They get a chance to at least force them to punt.
Ball was on the 18. They're only gonna give him a 1 yard loss. They're gonna say his forward progress was only a 1 yard loss.
4th down and 10. 37 seconds left to go in this half.
Yeah, they're gonna have to punt, and the Knights are gonna have to have a couple plays left in the half.
With one more timeout, I think.
One more, yeah, but each team has one more timeout. The Leopards won't use theirs. They want that clock to run.
Yeah.
Knights have one more timeout. And as we've seen, 30 seconds left in the half. When the Knights offense clicks, it doesn't need much.
Ferguson right at midfield for the Knights, set deep. Kick is off. He's going to get up there, get a catch. Steps outside, one would-be tackler. Here on the right side, there's a big block on that far side. They're going to say it's what
there's
that's
a penalty marker at the point of catch here.
There's another one over there of what they, I guess, would call it unprotected blindside block now. You have to, turn your back to him? What's the rule?
Well, you can use your hands. You can use your hands. You just can't use your shoulders and such. So.
Yeah, so that's coming way back. And they'll take the one back here because that will bring it back
even
into
farther back, yeah.
Knight territory.
Yeah, they'll be behind the 50.
With 24 seconds left to go in the half, Knights will have a couple plays.
He'd have been better off to fair catch that at this point. Save the time on the clock. No, there was 2 penalties. There was another one right at
the point of the catch they threw.
He's standing over it right there.
So it will be just in the Knight territory in the 49-yard line.
At the 42-yard line is
I
the
believe there are
flag they're
2
standing
penalties
on.
on the play. A block in the back, which is declined, and a hold that will be accepted. Brings the ball back to the Royal 49-yard line.
I didn't see it. I can't comment on it. The Knights will have a few plays here.
Knights crowd this left side of the field. Ferguson looks right, throws that screen just off the hands of Elijah Jenks.
Pass is incomplete.
Falls incomplete. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, a little off balance trying to catch that. Only takes up 4 seconds off the clock, though. 2nd down and 10 for the Knights. Have 52 yards to cover here if they're going to put some more points on the board before the halftime break. Derek hustles everybody up to the line here.
Gets everybody set. Play action to the right. It's going to throw down to that right side. And boy, good defensive play. On target, but covered well, and he's
was that 81 or 82 the intended
trying to see.
receiver?
It was 81, Gunnar Anderson,
Pass
and
is
covered
broken up by
well.
number 80, Nakia John.
Number 8, Nakia John.
The wrestler in the backfield also forced the throw.
12 seconds left. 3rd down for the Knights.
At this point, I'd be curious to see if they go for another deep pass or if they just keep the ball on the ground here and run the clock off. Otherwise, they don't want to come up with a 4th down situation where they have to decide what they want to do. You don't want to punt the ball back into the hands of the Leopards and have something happen.
And they give to Avery on that right side. He'll get right to midfield.
Pick up a yard.
And this is how that half will end, if I have to guess. Yep, the Knights headed off the field. They're not going to use that last timeout. And the half will end with the Knights leading 42-0. As we said before, stick around here. We'll have a little music playing, some ads, and then hopefully we get Micah Chen up here.
Yeah.
If he finds his way up on the top of the chairs. And we'll talk to him about the high school football, basically.
Yeah. The status of the world.
Knights leading 42-0 at halftime. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Get the good stuff
at Napa Auto Parts. We know you have a choice of where to go when it comes to get parts and accessories for your vehicle. We appreciate every time you choose Napa. More and more folks just like you are choosing Napa every day. And we like to think there are a couple of pretty good reasons for that, like Napa's quality parts, our national warranty program good at over 6,000 Napa stores, as well as thousands of Napa Auto Care centers. At Napa, you'll find quality, experienced people to help you find everything from which wiper blade or set of brakes is best for your vehicle to the best running board or shocks for your truck, SUV, or car. And when it comes to selection, we've got more different parts and accessories available than any other parts store, period. Go to Napa for quality parts, quality people, huge selection, and the best warranty in the business. Napa.
Napa. Get the good stuff. You want to win out there today, then get a tuna footlong from Subway. It's 100% wild caught on freshly baked bread. Let's show them what you're made of. You're made of tuna. Go get those footlongs.
Now at Subway by
Royal Premix Concrete is a proud supporter of our Royal Knights. Please give us a call at 509-346-9202. We're happy to help you with all your concrete delivery needs. Business, agricultural, residential, no job is too big or too small. We cover the entire Columbia Basin. Our front discharge trucks save you time, money, and manpower. We're one of the only concrete companies in the area that offer these trucks. Next time you need some concrete delivered to your location, please call us at 509-346-9202. You'll be glad you did. Locally owned and operated, Royal Premix Concrete wishes good luck tonight to all of our athletes.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Okay, as we promised here, we have the Washington Fruit and Produce halftime show, and it's a happy halftime show for us as we look across at the scoreboard, and the Knights have a 42-0 lead over the Zillah Leopards. With me is Micah Chin of Cascadia Preps, putting on the miles. Micah, glad you could take a little time to come up and spend with us amongst your travels. Do you have an official title with Cascadia Preps?
Eastern Washington analyst. So I cover Spokane, Tri-Cities, Yakima, Wenatchee.
Okay.
And of course the small schools as well.
Yeah, and so you cover a lot of that ground for sure. How long have you been at it?
This is my 4th year doing this with Cascadia Preps.
Now, did you start when you were still in college? Is that?
I started when I was in high school. So
yeah,
2014 is when I started covering high school football in Washington.
Gotcha. So young, but a lot of experience, and so we're glad to have you. You've been doing some correspondence and some analysis with some of the guys in the Tri-Cities television stations and stuff, so you may have caught some of that. Micah, so we're a little over halfway through the season here, and I know you have a responsibility over all of Eastern Washington, but we want to focus on the 1A classification. What are your thoughts of what you've seen so far to this point in the season about the 1A classification, specifically on the east side of the state?
Yeah, it's easy to get cute with Royal because they don't have the star power in terms of, just bona fide Division I prospects. I mean, they have Avery Ellis, yes. He has a litany of D1 offers, but as far as just like mainstream names, they don't have that. And I think if there was a full fall season last year, that a lot of these players, you're talking about Derek Bergeson, when you're talking about, the wide receivers, they have, Gunnar Anderson, they have a few of those, breakout stars this year. I think they'd be receiving a lot. Look, they're top 5 in a lot of rankings right now, but I think they'd be consensus, top team in the state if people were more familiar with a lot of these, kind of quote-unquote newcomers on the scene right now.
Right, there's no doubt. We've talked about, you and I haven't talked about it, but we could talk about it for the whole rest of the game and not even talk about the game as far as how much the recruiting was kind of been, a slosh together with especially small schools, and especially schools that played in the spring versus states that played in the fall, and recruiters gotta make offers, and so it's been kind of a cluster in a lot of ways. But hey. My understanding is you were last night. You are, this is a Saturday game, so obviously there's plenty of Friday night action. You made a trip last night. Where did you go? What did you see? And what were your thoughts after watching that game?
So Riverside versus Lakeside. Lakeside is number 5 in the Cascadia Preps 1A rankings, and Riverside, I believe, number 3. And the final score ended up being Lakeside 6, Riverside 0.
Very low score.
I don't think it's
was
an
that 2
accurate,
field goals or was that?
That was a touchdown, missed extra point.
Okay.
I don't think it's an accurate representation of what these teams' abilities are because of the field conditions. It wasn't raining, but the field was very wet field. The ball was like very slippery. A lot of turnovers, a lot of fumbles. I mean, kids were slipping just trying to get past the line of scrimmage. Running backs were falling flat on their face. So.
That's unfortunate. I mean, that's the nature of the sport of football, especially when you're playing on natural grass surface.
Yeah, grass surface,
right?
Yeah.
But you want to see I like to see perfect conditions. That's when you see 2 great teams play each other.
These kids deserve it. They just be given an opportunity to display themselves at their full potential. Lakeside's a team that it's an air out offense. When your receivers can't even make cuts out in the field without kicking up dirt.
Right.
Like Lakeside's quarterback, strict pocket passer Cole Hunsaker. He's a junior. He's one of the best in 1A right now. Ran the ball 14 times. Very unconventional. They really had to change their game script. But yeah. The key with Riverside right now, the reason why they're so highly touted is their offensive line play. They're averaging about 230 across the board, which for 1A, that's a good sized team. They got an offensive tackle, 6'5". His dad played at Eastern Washington. He's only a junior, so Cameron, Fulham. They got some players on that Riverside team. They should be fine in the playoffs.
Well, they're definitely kind of a darling this year of the 1A classification on the eastern side. They had a good spring, if I remember right.
Yep. They were riding a 10-game win streak before falling to Lakeside last night.
Yeah, but they fall to Lakeside, so that's going to shake up the Cascadia Prep rankings.
Not necessarily.
A little bit.
So Riverside, I think they're going to win out. They're going to be 9-1. They have a 6-point loss to Lakeside. Again, if those teams play 10 times, I think it's a coin toss. Who ends up winning more? I think it's 50-50. I think both teams honestly get a boost from it. I don't think Riverside is going to drop drastically. And at the same time, you're not going to see Lakeside jump Royal or anything too ridiculous.
Sure. So let's narrow in a little bit on the SCAC league. And I was fortunate enough last week, because of some unconventional game times, days for Royal, last Friday to go to Connell and watch them play Toppenish. So there's 2 other teams that are kind of upper-level teams in the SCAC overall, non-league game, just like this is, basically a crossover east and west. And Connell and Royal play in the last regular season of the game, season game of the year, and so do Zillah and Toppenish. So that will determine league championships and have a lot to do with seeding. But coming into this night here, Royal making the trip to Zillah. Talk to me a little bit about maybe what your expectations were coming into this game, what you've seen so far in the half, what you like, and just give me your general thoughts.
Yeah, so the sense that I got, just from talking to the coaches, talking to, people that are very involved with the program, a lot of cautious optimism because, Zillah, they have a new head coach right now. Mm-hmm. Their program is riding a lot of momentum right now. I mean, the energy, having a new head coach, their numbers are in a great place right now. I think they're up like about 15 or 20%. They're up in the 50s right now. Again, they're another team that's consensus top 5 team in the state. On the other side, Royal, they want a challenge because that's going to help them in the long run. It's fun to blow out teams, but, when you've done it 7 games in a row, it starts to kind of lose its luster. The biggest X factor in this game was going to be the performance of Zillah's new quarterback, John Van Cleve. He is a 5'10 junior because this is his first varsity start. Clayson Delp, he was going into his 4th year starting this year. He made his debut a couple weeks ago and broke his collarbone. And he's going to be out for the next 6 weeks. But the way John Van Cleve performed when he did come in, he did well. There wasn't like a massive drop off in production. Again, cautious optimism that maybe him coming against a team the caliber of Royal with a little bit of experience, a little bit of success,
step up to that level.
He can believe in himself and kind of make the team believe as well. We haven't seen that today. I mean, being able to go downfield. Royal is not allowing Zillah's star senior running back Braden Flood to beat them. If Zillah is going to win, it's going to be John Van Cleve making plays one-on-one. And honestly, 42-0. I mean, Royal is just out-athleting Zillah right now on the perimeter.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Royals' line play. They've given Bergeson time, I think, and then they've created some holes for Avery Ellis. He's picked up a little over 50 yards on 8 carries. My unofficial stats, do you keep stats too as you go?
Do not.
My unofficial stats say that Flood and Van Cleave are the only two that have rushing attempts for the Leopards. And between the two of them, they have 16 carries for a net 0 yards.
Yeah. They haven't run many plays, so it's not surprising that they haven't been able to rotate other running backs.
Yeah,
you mentioned Avery Ellis, and the last time I saw Avery Ellis a couple years ago, he was about 6'1", 215 a couple years ago. He's getting bigger. It looks like he's I think he's listed at 6'2". I mean, he looks every bit of 6'2".
Yeah.
230 pounds. This guy looks the part, of somebody that's, and he's only a junior, so.
He's a senior.
He's a senior right now.
Yeah.
But
it's confusing. Everybody lost a little in the spring season. I think everybody got a little confused, but yeah, he's a senior.
Yeah, he's been around. Yeah, it seems like he's been around a while.
Yeah, that's true.
But with Avery Ellis, his running style right now, I think if he wanted to, he could just run. I mean, he's delivered a couple hits on Braden Flood, some statement hits right there. But the elusiveness, his willingness to kind of cut back in and make guys miss, and adding that element to his game. That's going to help him in the long run.
Well, with a guy that size, I'm almost surprised each time that he makes an athletic cutback, but then I'm like, why should I be surprised? That he's done a great job this year. He had 161 yards rushing on 12 carries last week against Kybe Bears, and off to a good start here in the first half against the Leopards. Hey, Micah, what do you think about the 1A classification? You guys have your Cascadia Preps rankings. I vehemently disagree with the top, but I have to by nature. But what do you see moving into the playoffs as maybe the top handful of teams right now that look like they have the potential to be able to put together a playoff run?
Yeah, I think when you look at the state playoffs and how it's gonna come together, seeding is gonna be big for that. The opportunity to host state playoff games is incredibly valuable for these smaller schools.
Right.
The community, the passion of these communities. There's going to be a lot of one-loss teams. And then the seating committee this year, there's no media; it's all athletic directors. So we'll kind of, it's going to definitely be some strong opinions, on how the top 10 does play out.
Right.
But I know this is a Royal Knights broadcast, and I think something would have to go wrong if they weren't at least top 2. So
sure,
yeah,
sure. Well, hey, I appreciate you, one thing, making the trip, and because I expect there will be some coverage of this game
I think so.
Cascadia Preps.
That's a good bet.
Check out CascadiaPreps.com. Where else can they find you?
Follow me on Twitter at Micah_Chen, MICAH_CHEN, and then at Ryland Spencer as well. He covers a lot of the West Side. And then at Cascadia Preps, we're on Instagram as well.
Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you coming up here to share your thoughts.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Take care. No one delivers more of the products, technologies, and data-driven insights you need than the agronomic advisors at Simplot Grower Solutions. The Invictus brand, comprised of 3 innovative branded portfolios and exclusively distributed by Simplot Grower Solutions, is optimized to deliver products and solutions that help growers like you achieve their goals on each acre. Start with a strong foundation with Invictus Seed Solutions. Protect your seed investment with Invictus Crop Care products, and drive your yield potential with Invictus Bioscience products. Solidify your investments by reaching out to your Simplot Crop Advisor today. Simplot Grower Solutions, in your fields and by your side.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairygold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
TP Septic has been servicing the Columbia Basin's residential and commercial needs for over 30 years. We're here to pump you out, or service septic tanks, unclog pipes, or drop off a portable toilet. We do it all. Call TP Septic today at 488-2844 or find us online at tpseptic.com. Be sure to also find us on Instagram and Facebook. TP Septic.
We're number 1 in the number 2 business.
Well, we're back. The time waning at the tail end here of the Washington Fruit and Produce halftime show. Glad to have Micah Chin come up and talk to us and share his perspective of all the games he's seen across the eastern half of the state, especially in the 1A classification. A little bit of stats. Zillah Leopards, like we talked about, really haven't been able to get much going. Van Cleve has completed 4 passes out of 8 attempts, but for a net total of 29 yards. He's also at the same time thrown 3 interceptions, and one of them was returned for a touchdown by Derek Bergeson. On the ground, 16 total carries between Braden Flood and Van Cleve, each of them with 8 carries and a net of 0 total rushing yards between the two of them on those 16 carries. For the Knights, 12 carries for 66 total yards. 22, Avery Ellis has 8 of those carries for 51 yards. Derek Bergeson, 4 carries for 15 yards. All the scoring has come through the air for the Knights. Derek Bergeson has completed 10 out of 18 for 233 yards and 5 touchdowns with just 1 interception. The bulk of those catches, 4 touchdowns, 6 catches, 162 yards to Luke Bergeson. Avery Ellis with a touchdown catch on 2 catches for 44 yards, and then Gunnar Anderson, 2 catches for 27 yards. So that rounds out the offensive production here in the first half for the Knights, as they are spot on at 300 yards of offense total in the first half.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Knights won the toss and deferred at the beginning of the game, so not only is it going to be a running clock the entire second half, the Knights are also going to have the ball first on offense.
I would expect they would have at least one more series in them.
Yeah, we might be seeing an onside kick here, the way the Zillah Leopards are setting the ball up on the far right hash. And everybody's in a tight cluster here, so we'll see what they decide to do. They're maybe going to break apart here into a more traditional layout here. But ball's still going to be on the hash.
Short kick is going to be taken by Derek Bergeson. Steps inside one would-be tackler, gets in the side, and puts his shoulder down right at midfield. And good return by Derek, the up man, on that short kick. And there's a flag over here on the side, actually on the ground there, indicating holding.
Way back there.
Back on the 26-yard line. That'll bring it back to the 16-yard line, so the Knights will have a longer field to start this possession.
0 again. 6,
there, he indicated a hold.
0.
And the flag's right down here on the 26.
Well, that's about where he caught the ball, and he moved straight up field immediately.
Yeah,
so that holding call likely, I mean, we'll have to see it on film, but likely called after Derek was long past that spot. And, you know, officials, unless it was a flagrant, you know, a tackle or whatever, officials are supposed to use a lot of discretion about not calling holds that don't affect the play in any way, shape, or form. And that feels like it, but film will bear that out one way or the other.
Quick throw on that outside. Caught.
Going to be a short gain.
Yeah, that's Jace Allred, and I thought he almost put a knee down to make that catch. He had to go down low to get it.
Brought down by number 5.
Gets the ball out to the 20-yard line. 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7.
Jace Allred.
One more time on that 50-50.
On the catch. He came into the season with 8 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns.
669-360. If that is your ticket, please report to the press box.
Third in receiving touchdowns behind Luke Bergeson and Gunnar Anderson.
And whistle's blown. The referee throws the flag.
Well, the
a false start.
Umpire also threw one too. So Knights
still second down, but it'd be 2nd down and 12.
Lost a little bit of rhythm over halftime.
Penalty on the play brings up 2nd and 12.
I'd like to see the Knights starting team, varsity, full team play through the 3 quarters. I think they really need that as we get closer to playoff action.
Well, especially considering how the weeks before has gone the last 4 or 5 weeks.
A little bit of a busted play there.
Bergeson's going to get around this left side. He will keep it. and try to leap.
Flood.
Looks like
carries him out of
perhaps
bounds.
maybe all that for no gain. Right back on the 20-yard line. No gain. Third down and 12.
Third and 12.
Yeah, something happened right off the snap with that. Someone went the wrong way, or somebody it didn't come together.
Didn't look right. Didn't feel
right at all. Knights send 3 receivers up top, wide to the right. Ferguson rolls to his right, lets it go, and it's caught by Gunnar Anderson. Or he's knocking it down, acting like it went down, and it must have came out. I don't see the ball, but all indications are the Knights will have a 4th and 12 and a punt. We have a punter, right?
We do. Well, the normal punter is not available tonight, so I'm curious to see who is the punter. Is that
like Manny?
Manny Sandoval, number 66, offensive lineman / punter.
And somebody's running out probably to take Manny's spot.
Oh, yeah, probably so. He would normally be on the line. Oh, getting a scoring update. Ellensburg shut out Rochester in the two-way classification, 41-0 tonight.
Good driving kick right to the 50-yard line. Straight up field goes Avila.
Avila's a speedster, but Eric Myrick, another special teams tackle, brings him down. Going to be good field position for the Leopards, the best they've had in a while. Inside the 40, down to about the 38, 39-yard lines of the Knights.
Shift on the offense. Van Cleve keeps it up the middle, bumps into one guy, and then meets Eric Myrick. Their flag comes in late.
Is that going to be a holding penalty?
Quarterback keeper.
What else would it be?
Van Cleve forward for a few yards, but there is a flag on the play.
Face mask against.
Face mask against Royal.
5-yard face mask against Royal.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Be tacked onto the run, so it's about a 2-yard gain, and then there'd be another.
5-yard penalty.
What? They're not tacking it onto the game?
Yeah, it wasn't quite a 2-yard gain. I don't think it was barely. So it's about a 6-yard gain ultimately. So a 1-yard gain, a 5-yard penalty, and and it's still first down. I guess that's right.
Yeah, still first down.
Yeah, still first down.
We're going to get an early Zillah timeout here.
Timeout called by Zillah.
So we'll take a timeout too. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Your day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto, a trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Ball makes her way back out on the field. 6:52 left to go in the third quarter. Running clock situation. First and about 4 for the Zillah Leopards.
Expecting to check with me. Nope, they didn't do that.
Van Cleve throws it deep down that side. He has a man. Did he pick it up?
Avila with the catch inside the 5.
Nope. They're waving it off. They're saying it hit the ground.
Okay.
Good effort.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It would have been down right about the 2-yard line, but ball hits the turf, incomplete.
Defensive coverage by Gunnar Anderson wasn't bad. Diving attempt, and Avila just not able to bring it down. It's going to be second down and 4.
Give to Flood. Follows his blockers, but spreads it out nice. He does turn upfield. Gunner pulls him down eventually with Derek Bergeson at his feet. Yeah, I thought it was going to be positive yards, but I think it's just pretty much a no gain.
Yeah, half a yard at the most here.
Maybe a yard.
Brings
Bring
up
up third
and
down and a 3-yard to go to the first down.
Yeah, and you got to figure this is 4-down territory for the Leopards, trailing 42-0. So going to have 2 shots at it here. Slot man moves from left to right. Van Cleve's going to keep the ball, but he's going to get stacked up. Caleb Hernandez in the backfield in a
single
hurry.
leg takedown right around his outside guy.
Well, he's done those a lot over his young life, not just on the football field, but in the wrestling room as well.
Pretty much no gain, fourth down and 3. Even I'd say a short loss on that play. And they will go for it on this fourth down. Van Cleve with Flood directly behind him.
Trying to check with me, see if they get the Knights jump off and get free first down.
Hasn't worked that tonight.
Knights hold their water.
Play action, pass caught
by Waldrop.
Covered well.
Incomplete even. They're going to call it
Does
incomplete.
Drop.
Luke Bergeson and, boy, there's a bunch of guys there converging on that pass. It was attempted or intended for Ashton Waldman, an incomplete pass. Turnover on downs. The ball goes to the Knights.
And Dylan Allred in at quarterback.
Okay. I was wondering. They had to punt on their final full varsity drive, so.
Varsity line still in. It looks like even Avery's still out there, so it's just giving Dylan a chance to work with the first team. He's just a senior away from being first team, as he'll get swallowed up in design keep for a no gain.
Just a 1
maybe
yard gain.
Maybe a 1 yard gain.
Second down.
Second down and
9. 3.5 minutes to go in this running clock, third quarter.
Yeah, it goes quick once we get to the running clock. Especially when the Knights are going to probably do a lot more running than they did in the first half.
Dylan pass out of the backfield to that screen to Gunnar Anderson up to the 39-yard line.
Well defended.
A 5-yard gain, third down and 4.
Drop down hard by number 10,
Dustin Hendren, number 10, does a nice job defending that, limiting the to no yards after catch. Hendren, a senior, 5'10", 155 pounds.
Design keep, steps around his blocker, met at the 40-yard line. Will bring up fourth down and about 2.
3 of our Leopards.
Long 2.
Yeah, what'd you
The
say?
Knights.
Did pick up a yard maybe?
Yeah. Ball placed right at the 40.
Oh,
So I think the Knights appeared to be just getting a play and see if they can get this first down.
Fourth down and 3. Ball spotted right at the 40. They've got to get beyond the 43. Dylan gets a play call from the sideline. Knights break the huddle. Going to have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end will be on the right side of the formation.
Hard count.
Looks like the Leopards are bringing pressure. Flood.
We have delay a game.
We have a delay a game. Wow.
Sometimes that seems like it
Flag
just
on the play.
randomly comes
Delay
out
of
of
game,
nowhere. But
Royal.
Well, sometimes when the quarterbacks are going all the way to the
Right.
sideline for the play call and then all the way back out, you see a little bit of that. The Knights much more
Brings up
traditional
fourth
in the
and
way that they get their plays into the huddle. Not a lot of unless they're going to go, unless they're in a 2-minute offense and they need to go fast, then they've got a whole set of hand signals. But They don't do a lot of the, check with me and the muddle huddle or the no huddle.
Good snap. Wow.
Good kick.
Kicks away over the
top
head.
of
Oh,
Outlaw.
and
He
it takes a
loses it in
Zillah
the
bounce. Oh, and it is.
Back to a royal bounce.
I couldn't tell whether it hit off the player and went forward, but they're letting it.
No, It was just a funny hop, and then
He is going to mark it up where it hit that player up at the 20. I do
it hit
think
one of our
I think
guys.
it hit
Okay.
one of our guys and made it go down.
Eric Myrick, I believe.
23?
getting
Oh,
in on
24 or
the-
23?
Getting in on the action. Oh, R23?
That's Lane.
Lane Smith. Well, you're going to start seeing some substitutions here on defense. Number 34, Oscar Cervantes, comes in the game at middle linebacker, replaces Derek Bergeson. Maybe that's the only change so far. Oscar, a junior. Van Cleve rolling out, pressure coming. And Oscar Cervantes, just as soon as we say he's in the game, he makes a big play. Nice tackle on Van Cleve out in open space. It's going to be a short tackle for a loss.
About a half-yard loss, second and long. Oh, they mixed it up a little bit, and Van Cleve's going to have to just keep it himself, and he doesn't get away from
Eddie Jimenez got the tail of his shirt and holds on tight.
Yeah, it looks like Flood. You never know who went the wrong way,
Yeah,
but they
just collided
crisscrossed
in the
and
backfield.
tried to get something out of it. Got another half-yard loss. Third down and 11. And that's going to be into the third quarter.
Gotcha.
And the Knights remain leading 42-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
No one delivers more of the products, technologies, and data-driven insights you need than the agronomic advisors at Simplot Grower Solutions. The Invictus brand, comprised of 3 innovative branded portfolios and exclusively distributed by Simplot Grower Solutions, is optimized to deliver products and solutions that help growers like you. Solidify your investments by reaching out to your Simplot crop advisor today. Simplot Grower Solutions. In your fields and by your side.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Fourth quarter will start with the Zillah Leopards on their own 20-yard line.
Third down and 11. Elijah Jinks into the game for the Knights in this passing situation.
Van Cleve rolls out to his left.
Has a wide open man, but skips it.
Skips
it to him. Intended for number 4, Lincoln Garcia, a 6-foot senior, but just a short hop pass there by Van Cleve.
And
it's going to bring up fourth down and 11, and the Leopards look like they're going to send on their punt team. Luke Bergeson stays in to return the punt. I think he's looking over the sideline, trying to whistle his way back to.
Just don't look. If you don't look, they can't replace you.
Yeah, to make sure he doesn't get called over and replaced. Already has 4 receiving touchdowns in the first half. See if this is a punt that he could possibly return. Short punt, he's going to call a fair catch, but let it bounce. It's going to bounce, side hop right out of bounds. Knights have the ball inside the Zillah 45-yard line.
On the punt.
Running clock continues.
First down,
Knights
Royal.
up 42-0 here early in the fourth quarter, but all 42 of those points were scored in the first half by the Knights.
We can talk about Performance Tire Performer of the Game. I awarded it a long time ago.
And
I don't know what your vote is, are we?
No, not wavering, not wavering.
Luke Bergeson, spectacular first half. And Derek had a great first half as well. He's really on target and had a...
We had several. You got to do better. You got to do better. We had several valet turnovers of the game.
We did.
We
don't have our list in front of us. Allred, play action to Avery Ellis. Lets that ball go. Goes over the intended receiver, Elijah Jenks. He just
nobody in the area.
Well, he had pressure right on him, and it kind of went high on him.
Pass broken up by number 2.
Falls incomplete.
Garcia.
Second down and 10.
We'll bring up second down and 10. We also need to talk about DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game. I have a name that I'd like to put forward. I think Caleb Hernandez has had a great game.
Yeah.
Tipped that pass and I don't know who gets credit for that interception, actually, as Derek ended up with it and scored the touchdown on it. But he's been in the backfield. He's made a lot of plays.
A lot of defensive end turnback as Dylan runs to the left side. Will get forward for 2 or 3 near the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 41. Third down and 8. Third down and 7. We'll give him 3.
I'm giving him 3.
Yeah, I've got. I don't have another name jumping out at me at this very moment to counter that.
We're getting the green light from Mr. DAC Consulting himself on our choice for defensive player of the game.
That's good. We actually need. Actually, that's Dane. That's what we need. Yeah. We need some consulting.
No.
Wait.
I don't want his input. He doesn't allow to give input. We got to have a penalty marker here. On an interception by the Leopards, but there's a penalty marker as well. So I'm not sure what that's going to be called, if that's going to negate the interception or exactly what that might be. It's going to be defensive pass interference on the Leopards, and so the interception won't count, and the Knights will get 15 yards, and that'll give them enough for the first down. Don't encourage Dane for input, okay?
Well,
okay.
I mean, it's
he's not a premium sponsor.
What are you saying? That'll cost him?
But
we love Dane. He's a great supporter of Royal Knights and a great guy to have in your team in this community.
Obviously, Avery Ellis had some big hits on Flood early on to set the tone. And then also Manny Sandoval, I thought.
Yeah, Manny.
That
was
again,
the other.
Right?
That was the other name I was going to come up with.
I would throw in the discussion as well, but my vote is for Caleb Hernandez. First down for the Knights.
Oh, off the hands of, is that Gunner? Jace. Allred. It's almost like he started to go down right as the pass was coming and
just a little bit out of sync. And, Dylan's got a little bit different throwing motion, and, it's late in the game, and you guys need to focus up a little bit here and finish strong.
I've been telling Caleb that, he works at Performance Tire during the summer and probably even on the weekends, as far as I know. But but I told him you have to get the offensive performer of the game, and then I think you get a free set of tires if you work there. I think that's the way that works.
Oh, is that what it is?
I ran that by Uncle Junior here today, and he said, yeah, good luck with that.
Well, that's number 31, Caleb Hernandez, Speak of the Devil, into the game, replacing Avery Ellis at the tailback position, and he picks up 6 yards. Picks up 6 yards.
To the press box.
Moves the ball to the 20-yard line. Third down and 4 here for Royal.
Play action to Hernandez, thrown to that far corner, up high.
Oh, that's got to be a pass interference.
They're not going to call it.
They're not going to call it. He got shoved 2 hands in the side.
Yeah.
Intended receiver is that 15.
That's Elijah Jenks, and it was a good effort. And he did get rerouted, I guess you call it.
It looked like he got 2 hands in the side or small of the back as the ball was in the air. But
fourth down,
these officials, maybe they're getting cold.
4th down and 4, ball at the 20-yard line. So the Knights need 4 yards to have another shot.
Although I have to say, from mid-October, the weather has been spectacular for this game.
Really nice out here.
Knights going for it. 4th down and 4. Dylan's going to keep the ball.
Boy.
He's going to come up short.
Yep.
He lands on top of a Leopard player, trying to make it appear that he didn't go down, but they're only going to give him 2 yards when he needed 4.
Turnover on down. First down, Leopards.
So the ball will go to the Leopards with just about half of the fourth quarter left. They've yet to score on the Knights' defense. Running clock situation. I'm going to see another couple guys come trickle into the game here for the Knights. On the defensive front, number 50, Race Eilers. Number 87, Garnick.
Clinton.
Clinton
right?
Garnick. Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah. Clinton Garnick, number 87.
There's an Asher.
And then
and
number 71, Juan Morales. They'll be the defensive front for the Knights.
Quick
And
pass.
Cleve.
Good play by Hernandez.
Yep. Race Eilers does a good job hustling out from his defensive tackle position to
Pass,
also
number 3.
be
right there.
involved in that tackle. But just as we give Caleb Hernandez the DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game, he steps up big with a nice tackle
And
there.
again, Elijah
For no
Flores,
gain.
please report to the press box.
Maybe a half a
Elijah
yard gain at the
Flores to
very
press box.
most.
Lane Smith in at the outside linebacker on the far side.
Okay, lane number 23.
The give to number 12, the running back. Good stiff arm for the first guy, but
Dylan
didn't
Allred
work.
and Caleb Hernandez both back there for the stop. For 12,
it's getting too
Number
difficult.
12, Ivan Torres on the carry.
Yvonne Torres, number 12. He's a 6-foot senior. A lot of seniors on this roster for the Leopards. And, they're going to have to regroup. Their game next week, I don't think should be much of a challenging game, but it's the week after that, the final regular season game, week 9. They'll play Toppenish, which will essentially be the SCAC West championship game, as both of those teams are undefeated in league play.
The give to Avalon, the cross on the fly sweep. I think that's Elijah.
And that's number 15, Elijah Jinks. From a safety position, comes up and makes that stop.
Fourth down will put Gage Jenks deep for the Knights.
At the end of the day, I don't have official stats, but my stats say Zillah Leopards on the ground, probably less than 10 total yards.
Yeah.
Haven't completed a pass in the second half, 29 yards passing. Gage is going to call it fair catch on a line drive that gets right to him. And the Knights will have the ball with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left inside Zillah territory down to about the 47.
Yeah, in the third quarter, the clock operator was shutting it off between possessions, and he's not doing that anymore.
Not doing that.
As a reminder, the next Zillah football game is on Friday.
The Knights will
at
travel down
Wapato
to
at
College
7 p.m.
Place, theoretically next
Senior
Friday
night
night.
is
The Knights will go
Dewey
to College
versus
Place
Toppenish
next Friday
Wildcats.
night. Now,
That's
College
on
Place,
October
some surprise
29th
last
at 7,
night.
right here
They beat
at
Kybe
Andy
Bears
Collins Memorial
by a
Field.
couple touchdowns. And I was
surprising.
thinking that Kybe was kind of locked in at that number 3 seed, but actually it's now College Place that's somewhat locked in at the number 3 seed. So that gives them potentially a chance in a crossover game, likely against the number 1 out of the SCAC West, which remains to be seen whether it's these Zillah Leopards
Oh, it
or
gets
whether
it on
it's
the
Toppenish.
flat to Eric
Myrick.
Myrick, and will be driven out of bounds right about the 30-yard line.
Forced out of bounds by
Gonna
number
be
3,
about a
Owen Avila.
10, 17, 18-yard run.
No, they're gonna mark him out sooner than that, aren't they? Oh no.
Ball actually crossed the 30 down into
Yeah.
the 29-yard line. So that's a good solid 18-yard run.
More backups trickling into the game for the Knights here. Number 77 is Nick Santillan. He's in at right guard. Left guard, number 60. That's Brian Cedillo. And 71, Juan Morales.
Allred going to follow his blockers on the left side. Gets brought down by number 2.
Yeah, and I think the goal right now is just to
Brought down by
keep
number
the ball
2,
secure,
Madden Garcia.
keep that clock running. I don't think the Knights are worried about any more points. I think 42 points in the first half is a pretty good statement by this Knights offense. Gage Jinks into the game as well at receiver.
I would say
Number
keep
20, Hunter LaFrance up top in the game at receiver. Keep what?
Well, let's get this play through. As the ball
fumble.
comes off Allred, and did Hernandez get it?
No,
or
I think it
Zillah
went to
got
the
it?
Leopards.
Fumble on the play.
Number
Zillah
88
has
for
the
the
ball.
Leopards.
I was going to say, just
Jared
make sure you
Nunez.
keep your eyes on social media this week. We've had such goofy refereeing and different. We don't know what the league down there, not even the league, but the referee association down there, whether they have trouble with refs or not. We're all assuming that the game is going to be Friday night.
Friday
and
night.
I sure hope it is.
At College Place. If you're not familiar with College Place, it's basically Walla Walla, just south of Walla Walla. It's where the Walmart is, what you might call the Walmart, the Walla Walla Walmart's actually in College Place. Relatively newer school, 10, 15 years, something like that. They've been in existence. Coming off a big win over the Kaibu Bears, going to host the Knights.
Handoff right up the middle was defended well by the Knights.
The PA announcer just said that next week the Zillah Leopards will play the Wapato Wolves. The Wapato Wolves, a real struggling team, so that should be an easy win for the Zillah Leopards, and that's gonna put together this showdown in 2 weeks between Zillah and Toppenish.
And it seems as though
they're
maybe
gonna have to run a play, maybe not gonna have to
they're
run a
wandering
play.
off the field, and this way this game's going to end with the Knights victorious over the Zillah Leopards by a score of 42-0.
Yeah, nice statement performance for the Knights.
Luke Bergeson, the Performance Tire Performer of the Game. Offensively, the DAC Consulting Defensive Player of the Game, Caleb Hernandez. Like I said, keep your eyes on social media. We should be down in College Place next Friday night to bring you our second to last league game before big showdown with Connell Eagles the following week at home. You've been listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.